Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Stock Market Show. This is your host, Shades. As always, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. I'm making a video for the first time in, 3-4 days? I think on Friday, or was it Saturday, I made a ton of videos in advance. So a lot of videos that you've been watching were already made in advance. I wanted to take a break from making 3 videos a day, every day. I wanted to give my voice a break from always talking. And yeah, because my throat was hurting, and I was like, it wasn't a sore throat either. So I was like, maybe I just need to give my voice a break. I was starting to lose my voice too. So I needed a break, not just for my voice box and for my eyes too. I was getting like severe eye strain again. So I was just like, you know what, this is the perfect time to take a break, mainly because the markets aren't really doing anything. So, it was like a good time to just take a break from everything. But I wanted to make a video today. I didn't want to make this video, but I'm like, you know what, let's make a video today and talk about what's going on. Right now, as I'm talking into the mic, I'm not even looking at the screen. I'm trying to stay away from screens for like the whole week and just give my eyes a nice little week-long break. So the less screen time, the better. And then I can go back to staring at screens all day until I get the next episode of severe eye strain. Rinse and repeat. It is what it is. You deal with it as it comes. Anyways, the stock market right now is just kind of going nowhere because we're waiting for the beginning of April. What happens at the beginning of April? I think April 2nd. We get Liberation Day, or whatever he wants to call it, Trump. We got tariffs. A bunch of announcements are going to be made, and those announcements are key to whether the market's going to start pumping or we're going to continue dumping. Are we going to continue to sell off, or are we going to start, going into the next bull run? And that's going to be the deciding factor in April. So right now, in my opinion, we're kind of just waiting. Like it's just a waiting game. Because if you look at the charts here, I'm going to put on my glasses and actually look at the screen. I'm going to keep the you can see right here on NVIDIA, we're just going sideways here. You look at any stock right now, sideways. This one, Bitcoin I think wants to break out and go higher as well. It's like we've been slowly climbing, but the question is, once we get into April 2nd here, which is not that far off, what's going to happen? Are we just going to climb up and then boom, just elevator straight down? Or is it going to be a huge pump because, it's finally over. We know what Trump's plans are, and we move forward. We've priced everything in, and we move forward, and we start going into that next momentum bull cycle, so to speak. So that's my opinion of the markets. You got to understand that we're waiting on Trump. We're constantly reacting to Trump. Well, not us. The market reacts to Trump, and then we react to that. If it dumps, cool, we buy more. If it starts going on a tear, cool, we can take some profits off the table and add on dips. So it's a win-win either way. I've been wanting a bear market for a while. We've gotten one in 2020, another one in 2022, and then here's another one in 2025. We're getting them with more frequency, which is concerning. I do not want to have a bear market every 2 years or 3 years. But, it is what it is. It's opportunity. You get stocks at heavy discounts, and that's all there is to it. So be patient, be disciplined. In the Discord, it's just been boring. Like, what do you want me? I'm not going to force a trade. That's stupid. These aren't the right market conditions to be trading, day trading at least. I like day trading when it's optimal. And a lot of people, unfortunately, don't do that. In boxing and MMA, those athletes, they train to be optimal. Not just in the ring, but also to have peak performance on fight night. And for some reason, people don't want to do that with day trading. They want to day trade every single day, regardless of the fact that markets are sometimes it's just not favorable. The conditions aren't optimal. And that doesn't make sense to me. But whatever, I guess people live and learn, and they'll lose their money until they realize maybe it's better to wait for the most optimal conditions, which is a bull run. Because in a bull run, stocks do what? They continue to go up, so it's easier to make money. I stopped day trading NVIDIA since we started falling because there's no point. It's not optimal right now. So it's weird, people don't want to have that peak performance, right? They don't want to be optimal in the markets. They want to force a trade every single day. And I've noticed a lot of people in my Discord that have left, they all have one thing in common, which is they are not patient, they're not disciplined, they want to get rich quick, and they tend to have smaller accounts, and they're just more desperate to get to a million or whatever their goal is. And that's what I've noticed. Like, they're from different countries, but they all have like the same brain, the same mindset, and they're forcing trades in conditions that aren't like right, and that doesn't make sense. But it is what it is. Those people are always going to come and go because they want to get rich quick. They want to force their strategy on the markets, but the market does not care. You can't force the markets to adapt to your strategy. You got to adapt a strategy to it. And I think those people, they're going to learn the hard way, or they're just going to lose it all. That's just how it is. So, that's just, it is what it is. Those that are still in the Discord, they're happy, they're excited. They've been saying, like, you know what, I'm just going to follow Shades because it's just difficult to lose. Like, it's very, very difficult. Yeah, one guy, like, literally yesterday, one guy quit the Discord and blocked me at Patreon. And I was like, well, that's weird, because I didn't like say anything to him or do anything to him. But yeah, he just like straight up blocked me, and I was like, okay, like, whatever. I don't think I did anything to him personally, but it's just, I don't know why people do that. They quit the Discord and then block me. I don't know why that is. I don't get it. But yeah, let me see. I am with you, Shades, at 804 with only 10K. Only 10K? There's people that wish they had 10K, buddy. I'm so excited about Riot Stock, 30K at 7.98. Damn, he got in like 40 cents cheaper. Thanks, Shades, you're the man, and I'm grateful to be in this group. Thanks, y'all. To be honest, it's better to be being in Shades Discord to keep oneself sensible. If Shades don't call it, not getting in. Yeah, there was a guy in the Discord that was calling other plays, and I guess this guy followed him into the play and lost money. And then he's like, yeah, I'm just going to follow Shades because it's just hard to lose. So everyone is learning and realizing, like, patience really does pay. Whether we're falling or pumping. With that, all of that said, the market rewards patience and discipline and being optimal. And a lot of these people, they just want to get rich quick. There's people that you give them $1 million to trade with, they will blow it up. They think that, oh, I have $1 million, I'm going to make so much money because having money equals, tremendous skill, right? That's totally how it works. Having $1 million doesn't mean you can just go in a boxing gym and suddenly you're going to be Mayweather. Like, that doesn't make sense. But it's weird that people have this mentality in the markets, right? Think about that for a second. In the markets, when people see a discount, they get scared. Oh, no, it keeps falling. I don't want it. And then they get greedy when things are pumping. And that's weird because when you go to a pizzeria and they offer you a discount, you don't go, oh, no, I don't want to buy your pizza at 50% off. I want to pay the full price. Give it to me at the premium. That doesn't make sense. But in the markets, people are irrational like that, unfortunately. So keep buying these discounts. Keep buying those stocks that are at, around, or under the 200 WMA. Right now, I'm really just focused on Riot Stock and NVIDIA and just accumulating that. And if we come lower, cool. I mean, it is what it is. There's nothing we can do. We have to respect the current conditions, the current markets, and the way they're moving and reacting to Trump. Until we go into that next bull cycle, then we can, get excited and there will be more plays. But yeah, so just wanted to address all that. Like, don't join the Discord if you have this get rich quick mentality. That's just, I'm not for you. I'm a get rich slow, I guess. I don't know how else to describe me. Like, I'm going to give it to you straight and tell you, yeah, it's going to take time, but you'll get there. So unless you're like 7 years old about to croak, you got plenty of time ahead of you. But too many people, they want to make like 100K tomorrow. It's ridiculous. So yeah, and money does not mean skill. Like, it doesn't matter if you have 2 million to trade with. It doesn't mean anything. It just means you're going to blow up more money. That's all it means. And I just think that's funny. Like, you think just because you have 2 million, you're suddenly more skilled at trading? That doesn't make sense. You don't go to an MMA gym and be like, hey, I have 2 million. My net worth is 4 million. So clearly I'm going to be so much better at all than these guys that have been training for years. Clearly, like, that doesn't make sense. But that's just, I don't know. It's so weird to see like how irrational people are in the markets. But yeah, so I've come across some interesting former Discord members who are absolutely delusional. And they'll learn the hard way, or they'll blow up and eventually lead the markets and call it a scam. When in reality, the markets pay. They pay. You get paid when you are patient and disciplined. Whether you're collecting a dividend check every month or every quarter, whether you're collecting money from selling calls or puts, whether you're collecting money from trading, swing trading, day trading, like it's always patience and discipline. That's like the two things. That's like the main factors that lead to you making money and losing a lot less. And that's all I gotta say. With regards to the charts here, let me just go over some stocks. Bitcoin here, if I think we're just gonna slowly climb to that purple line, that 200 that I love to talk about, and then it's gonna be April by then, and then we're gonna either get a big reaction to the upside or downside. Like there's gonna be a big move happening here. That pretty much gonna go. That's gonna go for the rest of the stock market, for that matter. But I think the biggest play, if you want to take the risk here, the biggest play is RR. I've talked about this one many times. Reg Tech Robotics has not had a huge move recently to. It's done a big move here to $12, but recently it only went to $5.20. And this one continues to perform as a company. The stock, came down to the 200 and pumped. Cool. But I think long term, for those of you who bought SoundHound when it was like $2, I believe this is the next SoundHound in terms of the possibility of this one having a big run in the future to $10. This is an AI stock, robotics. These have been, when the hype comes back, these move big. We've seen that in this last big move that every AI stock got a huge, quantum stocks got a huge pump, right? You guys remember that from months ago? We're going to get that again. We'll get there. It's going to take time. So right now, just be accumulating. And I think RR is one of those that can go from 2 to like 10 or 20. And that's your opportunity to turn like 10K into 100K, in my opinion. This is the big one right here. We'll go back to this one in the future. This is the big one. Like out of all the stocks out there, this one's got a lot of potential in terms of not just as a company, not just as a robotics company, but also as a investor. You might actually make a lot of money off of this. This has still yet to make an enormous move to $20 plus like the others. So that's a big one right there. That's like the big play. I think Mara and Riot are a buy right here under the 200. It just follows Bitcoin, so these are just keep accumulating. There's no reason to be selling here. Like if you bought, there's no reason to be flipping it. The whole point is to buy when it's under the 200, and then when it goes way above it, that's when you sell. You sell it at 20, 18, or 15, or even just 12. And from these levels, a move to $12 is almost what, 50%? No, 33%. Maybe I'm getting confused here. No, it's 50%. What am I saying? It's almost a 50% move. So you should only be buying when it gets nice and cheap, and then you sell it when it gets expensive. It's buy low, sell high. It's buy cheap, sell expensive to the suckers that want to buy at the top when it's at a premium. And this one loves to do that, right? Up, down, up, down, up, down. I don't know how much more clear it can be. So you should not, no way in hell should you be selling down here, in my opinion. So Riot and Mara, I'm bullish on those long term. And I think SoundHound is another one I'm watching. I'm gonna see if it breaks out here, but if it doesn't, we're gonna come down to like $8-9. So I'll wait for that one. This one follows NVIDIA very well. So as you can see, this is SoundHound on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side is NVIDIA. And you can see very clearly, it kind of likes to follow. It likes to follow NVIDIA very well. So when NVIDIA bottomed out at 104 on the 11th, on that same day, SoundHound bottomed out. And so if you had bought NVIDIA down here, let's say you bought it at right here, and then it moved up here. Oops. So on NVIDIA, you could have made a nice 14%. And SoundHound, in that same move, you could have squeezed a little more percentage-wise. You could have squeezed a nice 23%. So they follow each other, but you get more percentage gains from SoundHound because it's a cheaper stock. So this is a new strategy. I call it proximity trading. And this is the stock, NVIDIA, that we use as a signal. We use a stock as a signal to buy the cheaper stocks that follow its price movement, and thus we get more percentage gains from the cheaper stock. Does that make sense? So yeah, that's like it's a new strategy that I've developed and I'm working on. But shout out to Tomo Munki. April 2nd could bring negative tariff surprise, Goldman Sachs. Economist notes that suggested the Trump administration is leaning in more benign directions on tariffs. That attitude probably sets markets up for a negative surprise. Trump admin has been using tariffs as a negotiating tool and will likely want to start from a position of strength. A recent Goldman survey shows that market participants believe reciprocal tariffs coming in April will amount to a 9% reciprocal tariff rate. And yeah, the markets might react negatively is really what this is. This is what it's saying. So, like, it's no joke, man. Like, those tariffs are. Let's see what happens. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a volatile move. Either way, we make money. If it comes down, we buy cheap. It's a win-win as long as you know what you're doing. Those who don't know what they're doing, they're just gonna blow up because they're just gonna get scared. Oh no, it's going down cheaper. I'll sell it at a loss. Like, they don't get it. They don't know these strategies. They know nothing. Most people, keep in mind, most people, they jump into the markets, no strategy. They just throw money around and hope. But anyways, as for the proximity trading strategy that I'm developing, you use a good company like NVIDIA as a signal to buy something cheaper that's following NVIDIA's price action as close as possible. So when NVIDIA gets a buy signal, you buy SoundHound instead of NVIDIA. And you make more percentage gains. So that's just a new thing that I'm trying out. It's not easy. I'm going to have to really test it. It's a new strategy. Like, I have to test the hell out of that. This might take a year or two. And I have been writing the trading book. As you can see, I've got, 24 pages written already. And, I've just been pouring. I mean, I kid you not. I'm just closing my eyes and just typing as fast as possible, just pouring everything, all my knowledge from my brain onto the page without checking punctuation or anything. You can even see like Shrey, Tejiaz, Othger, Fagverit, contract, a wheel, contracts. Like, I'm not even bothering with punctuation or checking spelling. I'm just pouring everything from my brain onto the page. I believe this trading book will be like 150 pages long once I add the pictures and everything, because I know some trading books don't add pictures, and I think that's very important for people to be able to see like what I'm talking about. So I don't know when the book's going to be released. I'm aiming for end of year, and at this pace, might be able to get it out sooner, because I'm really just sitting down every day and just pouring everything from my brain onto the page. So, anyways, just wanted to give you an update on that. Join the Discord. We love to just, play the patience and discipline game. And if you can wait, there's money to be made. Small accounts, the reason I'm developing this proximity trading strategy is because some small accounts cannot really afford to buy lots of NVIDIA. So with this strategy, when I alert NVIDIA, you can buy SoundHound instead, and you'll actually make more percentage-wise than me. But obviously, I get the safety of buying a good company, whereas you're buying something a little more, even though it follows NVIDIA's price action, you're kind of taking a little more risk. There's a reason why SoundHound is down there at $10 versus NVIDIA at $120. So, but you get more bang for your buck, right? So that way, when I alert NVIDIA, you can just buy SoundHound instead and still, be able to participate. Because smaller accounts they struggle to be able to afford, Tesla, SoundHound, NVIDIA. If they were like at $150, $200, $500, like, it's too expensive. Lulu is too expensive. Domino's Pizza is too expensive. So I was like, how can I develop a strategy that can help the smaller accounts grow without having to purchase these more expensive stocks? Because some people only have a 1K, 2K, 5K. So there you go. That's just, I wanted to pour everything from my brain right now out there. I'm going to sit down right now and just continue writing. And that's your only update for this week. I imagine it's going to be pretty boring. We're just going to go up and down, right, within this range. That's what we've been doing, just going to up and down within this range until April. That's what I believe is going to happen. So it's just going to continue to be boring. It's not going to get exciting yet. Again, wait for the right market conditions to start day trading. I don't think there's any reason to be day trading right now. But that's just me. And I'm very disciplined and patient like that. All right, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe money. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Let me know what you think in the comments below is going to happen come April, and let's see how it goes.